All right, so somebody asked me to go through a matching question, and I have time to go through a matching question. And so that's what I am about to do. All right, so when you have a matching question and you're dealing with the matching question that's coming out of a box, okay, like this one, what you have to recognize is where are they going to play with the synonym language, right? Because it's always about synonym language. That's what it's about, right? It's always about synonym language. For 26 through 30, they're going to go in order. They're going to go in order, right? So it's not going to be direct to direct. They're going to play with synonym language. So the first thing you want to be able to do is just quickly look at the answer choices and highlight what's the synonym language they're going to play with. What is the synonym language you have to listen for? This one is actually total, not enough. That's the total one. Distracting, originality, wide range, not technical, really technical. All right, so I already know when I look at this question, when they talk about the word structure, they're going to say something about the word structure, and what they say about the word structure is going to connect to synonym language for one of the answers. So again, you have to be able to quickly recognize synonym language. That's what you have to be able to do. Okay? You have to be able to quickly recognize synonym language. The more you're able to recognize the synonym language, the easier it's going to be. Okay? So I'm going to play the audio, listen to it, but that's what you're listening for. They're going to say structure. They're going to say something about the structure. Pick the synonym answer that matches. Then next they're going to say something about eye contact. Pick the synonym answer that matches for what they said. Next, body language. They're going to say blah, 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 blah about body language. What's the synonym match? Choice of words. Blah, 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 blah. What's the synonym match? Right? That's what you're doing over and over and over again. Okay? All right, so here it is. Please listen.
That is the end of section 2. You now have half a minute to check your answers.
Okay, sorry, one moment. I got to find this spot for section 3.
Plant science eventually.
Yeah, but practically everything we do is going to feed into that. No, there's an optional module on seed structure and function in the 3rd year that I might do. So I thought it might be useful for that. If I choose that option, I don't have to do a dissertation module.
Good idea.
Well, I thought for this experiment, we could look at the relationship between seed size and the way the seeds are planted. So
all right, one moment. Wrong audio. Hold on. I need the audio for test. For test 2. That's what I thought I had.
Computer and a mobile phone, but these tended to be out.
Make them water repellent and additives to make motorcycle helmets stronger and lighter.
Exactly. Or another way would be to focus on its impact in one particular area, say medicine. But you might find that you can't do anything with the answers you get, and it simply eats into the short time that's available.
So maybe I should mention a particular way that nanotechnology is used to focus
all presentation. It can be something as simple as, nanotechnology is already improving our lives. Then start planning the content around that. You can always modify that sentence later if you need.
Before
that. You can always modify that sentence later if you need to.
Okay.
Before you hear the rest of the discussion, you have some time to look at questions 26 to 30.
Okay, now it's coming. Sorry about that. I had to find where I needed to play it, the audio for this one that Maria asked me about. Okay, now it's coming. Just wait 30 seconds, please.
Now listen and answer questions 26 to 30.
Okay, now let's think about actually giving the presentation. You've only given one before, if I remember correctly, about an experiment you'd been involved in.
That's right. It was pretty rubbish.
Let's say it was better in some respects than in others. With regard to the structure, I felt that you ended rather abruptly, without rounding it off. Be careful not to do that in next week's presentation.
Okay.
And you made very little eye contact with the audience because you were looking down at your notes most of the time. You need to be looking at the audience and only occasionally glancing at your notes. Your body language was a little odd. Every time you showed a slide, you turned your back on the audience so you could look at it. You should have been looking at your laptop. And you kept scratching your head, so I found myself wondering when you were next going to do that, instead of listening to what you were saying.
Oh dear. What did you think of the language? I knew that not everyone was familiar with the subject, so I tried to make it as simple as I could.
Yes, that came across. You used a few words that are specific to the field, but you always explained what they meant, so the audience wouldn't have had any difficulty understanding. I must say, the handouts you prepared were well thought out. They were a good summary of your presentation, which people would have been able to refer to later on. So well done on that.
Thank you.
Well, I hope that helps you with next week's presentation.
Yes, it will. Thanks a lot.
I'll look forward to seeing a...
Okay, everybody. All right, what is number 26? Does anybody have 26? 26 is A. What did they say? Ended abrupt, not rounded off. What's synonym language for that? Lack the conclusion. Right? That's the way it works. Equals. That's what they're doing here. Okay? That's what they're doing here. They're asking you to match synonym language. What's number 27? 27 is C. What are they doing? What they say? May very little. That's equal to what? Not enough. Synonym matching. 28. 28 is D. All right. Turn back. Scratched. Not know what to do next. Equals what? Distracting. All right, 29. 29 is F. What did they say? Make simple. Not difficult. Synonym for what? Not too technical. And what is 30? 30 is B. And what did they say? People can refer to later on. Okay, so people can refer to later on equals useful in future. You see what they did here? It's about synonym language. But when you're practicing, this is how you practice. Don't just answer the questions. Don't just answer the questions. Number 29 is F. Number 29 is F. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. 29 is not make it simple. I'm sorry. 29 is not F. I'm sorry, it's G. Thank you, Maria. Maria helped me out. It shouldn't be F, it should be G. Not too technical. Okay. All right, not too technical. All right. Okay. All right, now, so this is what you have to do when you're practicing. Okay, this is what you have to do when you're practicing. When you're practicing, you need to find out what's the synonym language they're using. Don't just answer the questions. Okay, don't just answer the questions one after the other, one after the other, one after the other. Stop, look at it, find out and discover for yourself what's the synonym language that they're using to match up. Okay, that's what you want to be able to do. All right, that's what you want to be able to do. Okay, so Maria, did I answer your question? All right, I hope so. Okay, everybody, I hope that this was very useful for you. I hope that you now understand a little bit better about how to do the listening section. I say all these things in all the different lectures. Sometimes people understand it a little bit better when I do it, in terms of application of the strategy in a live way. But it's all about knowing strategy and tactics. That's what doing well on the exam is about. It's about knowing strategy and tactics. And if you understand the strategy, then you have to apply it. But you should be practicing the way that I'm practicing, the way that I'm doing it now. That's how you should practice at home. Okay? A lot of people don't know how to practice. And that's what I try to show you guys when I do the reading live classes or do the listening live classes. That's how you have to be able to practice. Do you recommend other materials to study? No, I don't know about other people's courses, Tarek. I know in the course that I teach, tells you all the strategy and everything you need to know. Right? Somebody else might say it in a different way, but I believe in my course, and based on the results that my students are able to get, and I know also that I cover everything in terms of strategies and tactics. What makes a difference is like how well can you apply it? Some people go jumping from person to person to person to person, or let me look at this, let me look at this, let me look at this, let me look at this. And they're not getting any better. It's about your ability to apply. You can read all day long. You can know exactly what I'm talking about. But if you don't know how to apply it, if you're not good at applying it, if you don't know how to practice, you're not going to improve or you're not going to get better. All right. So I think what people have to do more than anything else is know how to practice and know how to apply what they're being taught. Okay. All right. So thank you very much, everybody. Like I said, it might take a day or so for me to process this because I have to process it and I have to break the video down into 20-minute sections. So that takes me some time to be able to do that. All right. I can't just upload a 2-hour video. I have to break it into 20-minute sections. Okay. All right. So thank you very much, everybody, and have a great day. And I hope this was very helpful for you. Take care.